Opinion dangerous. Divisive proposition. Assam government vows to deal sternly with Miya land demand. The fragile socio-political fabric of Assam is once again under strain with a fresh and alarming development demand for a so-called Miya land. This provocative call, reportedly raised by individuals evicted from government and forest lands in Assam's Govt district, has triggered a wave of outrage across the state and beyond. The demand not only challenges the legal and constitutional framework of the country but also raises serious questions about identity politics, illegal immigration, and the rights of indigenous communities. Nan the immediate controversy erupted following an eviction drive in Uriamgat, a sensitive area along the Assam-Nagaland border. One of the protesters, alleged to be among the illegal encroachers, brazenly declared, "If big people can demand Bodo land, then we Miya people can also demand Miya land. If 35 lakh Bodos can have Bodo land, then we 1.4 crore Miya Muslims can demand our own land too." This remark has drawn widespread condemnation, not only for its audacity but for falsely equating a legitimate movement like Bodoland rooted in indigenous ethnic claims and decades-long peaceful protests with an illegal occupation of forest land by individuals with dubious citizenship credentials. Nan Assam government and several senior ministers have responded with clarity and firmness. Cabinet Minister Piyush Hazarika termed the speech blasphemous, reiterating that no power on earth can create Miya land in Assam. Sarapatar MLA Biswajit Fukan went further. "This is not the voice of a few individuals. It's a larger design. Miya settlers originally from Bangladesh have illegally encroached upon over 11,000 bighas of land here, some of which has become a breeding ground for unlawful activities. We will finish the eviction, and legal action will follow." Nan the term Miya refers to Bengali-speaking Muslims in Assam, many of whom are descendants of migrants from what is now Bangladesh. There is no denying the state's historical struggle with unchecked illegal immigration, especially post-1971. This migration has significantly altered the demographic balance in several districts, triggering fears of cultural erosion among Assam's indigenous communities. The Assam Movement 1979-1985, driven by concerns over identity and illegal immigration, eventually led to the Assam Accord, which promised to identify and deport foreigners and protect Assamese identity. But decades later, many feel those promises remain unfulfilled. Nan the Uriamgat eviction is part of a larger statewide campaign to reclaim encroached government and forest lands. In Govt district's Rengma Reserve Forest, an estimated 11,000 bighas of land had been illegally occupied, often for illegal farming of betel nuts, and even allegedly turned into hubs for smuggling and other illicit activities. The government has already cleared 4.2 hectares in a peaceful first phase, demolishing over 120 illegal shops and structures with zero resistance, a stark contrast to the violence seen in Golpara earlier this month. In the July 12 eviction at Pican Reserve Forest in Golpara, a protest turned violent, leading to one fatality and injuries to both civilians and police. This volatility underscores the fragility of law and order when such illegal settlements are allowed to fester. Nan this is not the first time the Miya identity has been pushed in a confrontational manner. In 2020, former Congress MLA Sherman Ali Ahmed proposed a Miya museum to be set up inside Srimanta Sankardeva Kalakshetra, Assam's cultural epicenter. The demand drew severe backlash, with CM Sarma making it clear that there is no separate culture of Charkaporis that justifies a new museum. Despite state opposition, a mini Miya museum was later set up in Golpara, signaling that such demands aren't isolated, they are part of a coordinated ideological movement. Nan from a constitutional perspective, any demand for a separate homeland based on religious, linguistic, or ethnic grounds, particularly when propagated by illegal settlers, is unlawful. The creation of Bodo land was achieved through decades of political struggle by an indigenous people with a legitimate identity and grievances. In contrast, the demand for Miya land lacks historical legitimacy, constitutional backing, popular or regional support. Any such attempt to divide Assam along communal lines poses a direct threat to national security and must be dealt with under relevant legal provisions, including charges of sedition, conspiracy, and unlawful assembly. Nan people from all communities, Assamese, tribal, and indigenous Muslim, have come out against this demand. Student unions, civil society organizations, and cultural forums have raised slogans such as "No Miya land on Assamese soil" and "Assam for Assamese." Interestingly, the silence of certain political leaders, notably Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi, has triggered a storm of criticism. Many accuse Gogoi of appeasement politics, with one protester stating Gaurav Gogoi prefers to echo Pakistan, not Assam. Nanan swipe left for next video. Assam's history is one of resistance and pride, from the Ahom resistance to the Mughals to the Assam movement and the struggle to protect its language and land. Today, the state faces a new threat, not just from cross-border infiltration, but from internal political assertions that seek to alter its demographic, cultural, and territorial reality. Chief Minister Sarma's recent post on X, formerly Twitter, resonated with many people of Assam are victims of mass-scale encroachment, demographic alteration, and violence caused by illegal settlers. They stand firmly with the government in this crackdown. The demand for Miya land is not just an absurd proposition, it is a dangerous political weapon aimed at testing the limits of Indian democracy, Assam's patience, and the state's resolve to defend its identity. The government must continue its firm stand, evict illegal encroachments, enforce the law, and prevent communal polarization. For Assam, the message is loud and clear: there is no place for separatism, no compromise on territorial integrity, and no room for political appeasement at the cost of its people. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect NEWS18's views. Latest blogs.